Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, guys. So what I have for you guys today is going to be my championship playoff semi-final first leg score prediction. So quite a lot of you guys did suggest that I should do this video. So today, guys, we're going to be going ahead and predicting what we think will happen with the first leg in the playoffs. So of course, the championship did conclude last weekend, but we've still got everything to play for in these playoff semi-finals. And I'm not gonna lie, I personally think it's a really hard one to call, of course. At this point in time, Fulham will be the favourites for obvious reasons, really. Over the whole course of the season, they have been the best side who is in those playoffs. But overall, it's just a lottery, really. You know, looking back to last season, not a lot of people did think that Huddersfield will be promoted. So I'm very interested to see who you guys are predicting to be going up this year. So this video will probably be quite a lot shorter than my regular ones, as we only have 2 games to go ahead and predict. But nevertheless, guys, I am of course very interested to hear what you guys have to say. So I'll leave both games in the description down below. Then you guys can easily go ahead and make your score predictions. And of course, if you do get any of them right, I will include your comment at the start of the next video. As well as talking over these games, guys, we also have a bit to talk over regarding QPR, as we saw Ian Holloway has left the club. So QPR fans, let me know down below what you made of that. And at the moment, Steve McLaren is currently the favourite for the QPR job when I am recording this video. So QPR fans, I'd be interested to hear what you guys are thinking at the moment. And then just before we do get into any of my predictions, guys, I must say that my full season roundup for the championship this season probably will be coming out sometime later next week when the playoff semi-finals have gone ahead and concluded. But enough of that, guys, let's go ahead and get into my score predictions. So our first game to go ahead and talk over is the game taking place tonight, guys. That's the 6th going up against 3rd in the championship as Derby go up against Fulham. And really, I am struggling very much with this one as to what I think will happen in this game personally, of course. With Derby having the home leg at home first, it's going to be crucial that they get something out of this game, really. And looking over their form, you've got to say that Derby have turned it around just at the right point in the season. You know, they had about a 2-month period where they were really off the pace. You know, at one point in time in the season, they really looked like they may be challenging for automatic promotion. That of course didn't happen, and then they went on quite a few weeks of without a win, really. But since then, they've actually probably come into this game on a pretty good run of form. Actually, they're unbeaten in their last 3 games, and when you contrast that to Fulham, of course, they went on a ridiculous unbeaten streak. They hadn't lost a game since mid-December, and then on the last day of the season, they went ahead and lost 3-1 to Birmingham. Now, to me, that makes this game quite interesting, actually, as Fulham's mentality really will be tested in this one. You know, if Fulham went ahead and won that game or drew that game on the last day of the season, and then they were still coming into the playoffs, you know, Fulham would just still be riding on that confidence. But for the first time in quite a while now, probably the first time this season, some people will be turning around and asking questions of this Fulham side. And I do think Derby have the capabilities in there, you know, to go ahead and take them down. Against Birmingham, Fulham showed quite a bit of fragility at the back, and considering some of the players that Derby have got going forward who are in form at just the right point in time in the season, you got to say Derby do have a chance. You know, Cameron Jerome's been popping up with some goals lately. Tom Lawrence seems to have turned his form around from the start of the season, and then not to mention Matai Vidra as well. But also as well, when you look at Derby's defence as a collective, they are actually pretty good. You know, when you look at the spine of that Derby County side, they have a lot of experience in there. You know, it is a pretty old squad, but you got to say quite a lot of players in that Derby squad have actually been promoted via the playoffs. You know, quite a few of them with Norwich. Contrast that to Fulham, of course, they went ahead and lost in the playoff semi-final last year. So a lot of those players will still have that fresh in their minds, and they'll be hoping to rectify it with this game. If we then look at the previous results between these two sides this season, the previous game at Derby went ahead and finished 2-1 to Fulham, and then the game at Fulham went ahead and finished as a 1-1 draw. So for this game, I am expecting quite a few goals to be scored. I think that both sides have got that in their locker, and I do see Derby scoring first in this game, and then it's going to be a question of, do Fulham still have that response in them? Of course, at times this season, Fulham have been absolutely irresistible to watch, and probably did get quite unlucky not to get automatic promotion. They just couldn't get it done on the final day of the season. But in terms of my score prediction for this one, guys, this one really is on the knife edge, but I am just going to back Fulham for a 2-1 away victory. Now, I say that very cautiously because I do have a slight inclination that Derby may go ahead and snatch this game, but just with Fulham's quality going forward, I feel like they may put that Derby defence under quite a bit of pressure, and that may tell in the end. But a very exciting game to go ahead and watch. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys are predicting for this one, but I'll go ahead and say we'll finish as a 2-1 away victory, and FIFA's going to say it'll be 2-0 Fulham. The next game sees Middlesbrough going up against Aston Villa. Once again, a really hard tie to go ahead and predict. So this game is taking place tomorrow, and quite an interesting one once again. If we look at Middlesbrough, they've actually done really well to go ahead and make it into the playoffs, you know. At that time when Gary Monk left them, when he was sacked by the club, really they weren't in a good position. They didn't really have an identity of the way they wanted to play football, and they were incredibly inconsistent. Since Tony Pulis has come into the job though, I think he's done incredibly well with that side. You know, they've not always been brilliant to watch every week, but he's gone ahead and put a system in place, and the players that they've got there have been very experienced with that. Contrast that to Aston Villa, who pretty much throughout the whole of the season have been very consistent really. They've been in that playoff bracket for pretty much the whole of the year now, and Aston Villa and Middlesbrough both have some very experienced players. Aston Villa also have the best defence out of all the teams who are in the playoffs this year, and that's going to be massive for them really. One thing I'd also be interested to hear from you guys is do you think that form actually matters going into the playoffs? We've seen teams in the past just come out of absolutely nowhere who have gone ahead and like won their last 10 games, sneak into that 6th spot and then go up. But contrast to that, we've also seen teams been on horrific form going into the playoffs, but then they just managed to turn it around with that mentality. But I feel like Aston Villa, they do have a lot of leaders in their squad, and as well as that, they've got those creative players going forward to go ahead and unlock a defence like Middlesbrough's. Players in this game like Jack Grealish, Albert Adoma and Robert Snodgrass are all going to be absolutely crucial playing in behind that striker. I feel like this game is going to be a really good battle between Jack Grealish and Adama Traore. You know, we've actually seen Adama Traore being linked with quite a few Premier League clubs at this point in time, and on his day he is absolutely fantastic to watch. He's just an absolute beast. As well as that, Middlesbrough have also had some of their attacking players come into form at just the right point in time in the season. Of course, Patrick Bamford popped up with a couple of goals lately, and like I said, Middlesbrough's defence, contrast to that, is also very stable as well. Darren Randolph in goal is a goalkeeper I rate very highly, and that back four has been very stable under Tony Pulis. But in terms of my score prediction for this one, I actually see the first leg of this game heading towards a 1-1 draw. So I'll predict this one to finish as a 1-1 draw. FIFA's going to say it'll be 2-0 Villa. So guys, there you have it. There are my score predictions for what I think will happen in the first leg of this playoff semi-final. So do you guys agree with my score predictions? Let me know down below. But by the way guys, that will now wrap it up for this video. So coming up on the channel guys, I will do a roundup and my predictions for the second leg on Monday probably. So that video will be combined into one, and then we can go ahead and look over the season from there. But apart from that guys, thank you so much for watching. So if you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. It is always massively appreciated. As well as that, make sure you subscribe for some regular championship content. But apart from that guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.